Welcome guys to a video review for Banjo Kazooie on Xbox Live. Now, if for some reason you have no clue what Banjo Kazooie is, I must say you definitely need to pick this game up, especially if you're a fan of platformers. Basically, Banjo Kazooie is a game made by Rare that came out during the Nintendo 64 era. It came out in 1998. And, you know, it's a great platformer. Back then it was a lot of fun to play. And definitely the fact that this is on Xbox Live is just nostalgia because, you know, it brings back a lot of memories of, you know, how many hours I actually put into playing the game. So I guess we'll start things off with the story. And it's pretty simple. The story's pretty simple. Basically, you play as Banjo, which is the main character, the big bear, and his flying friend Kazooie. And in the beginning of the game, you find out that your sister Tootie has been kidnapped by the evil witch Gruntilda, who you can see a picture of right there in the back. And Gruntilda basically took Tootie to steal her, you know, to steal her beauty. And Gruntilda wants to be beautiful, so she captured Tootie to basically take all of her pretty looks away and use them for herself. You know, so she takes Tootie off to her, she takes her off to her land. And basically it's up to you, Banjo, and your friend Kazooie to basically get your sister back home safe and sound. So in order to do this, you got to go through these unique, cool lands, and it's like a journey. You know, you're going on a journey to find your sister. And like I said, it's a pretty simple story, nothing too, you know, complicated. But, you know, it doesn't really matter, really. The story doesn't really matter in this case. It's just more or less about the gameplay. And I will say that playing this game on an Xbox 360 controller is so much better as opposed to Nintendo 64. That's just my opinion because the Nintendo 64 controller never felt comfortable to me. So being able to play this game and just, you know, jump easily and use the right stick. I mean, all of that stuff is so much easier to do as opposed to the Nintendo 64 controller. Basically, you have your basic platforming buttons. You know, you have your attack, you have your jump, you have your flying stuff. You can do double jumps using Kazooie to fly. There's a lot of special moves that you can do throughout the game, and those special moves will help you basically get to different parts of areas throughout certain worlds. So, you know, that's pretty cool. So like I said, it's very easy to pick up and play. Basically, anyone can play this game. If you could play Super Mario 64, you could definitely play Banjo Kazooie. Let me try to get this jump. There you go. Alright, so this is the world I'm going to show off for you guys. Treasure Trove Cove. It's a tongue twister. Try saying that 3 times fast. So yeah, this is Treasure Trove Cove, and you know, this is your basic like sandy beach, you know, outdoorsy type of paradise environment. As far as graphics go, I will say that this game looks so much better than the Nintendo 64 version. Basically, this game is just a straight port of the original Banjo game, but you know, it has enhanced graphics. And I know, you know, graphics shouldn't mean everything, but looking at these graphics compared to the graphics on the Nintendo 64, it makes it just so much easier to look at and play and appreciate the lush environments and, you know, what the game had to offer. So everything looks great. The edges are, you know, they're not jaggy. I mean, it just looks, it really looks a lot better than what you'll find on the cartridge. The sound in the game, you know, I think it's excellent, but that's just because I love the Rare soundtracks or whatever. The sounds that Rare puts in their games, like, I'm just a fan of them. There's some pretty memorable tunes in here. You won't hear any voice acting because, like I said, it was, you know, this game originally came out in 1998, and I guess that's a little bit ahead of, you know, its time, so you're not going to hear any voice acting. But one thing that is pretty annoying is constantly having to listen to when these little speech bubbles come up, and yeah, you hear just these little like sounds like garbled talk. I mean, it's annoying, but you know, for the most part, the sound, the music is really cool, and you know, if you appreciate game music, you'll definitely appreciate not only the music in this game, but basically any Rare game. To me, Rare games have some great tunes, so it's definitely something to sit back and chill with. The songs might not be as memorable as, let's say, a Mario game or anything like that, but you know, they're definitely good, and you'll find yourself humming them. After you've been playing the game for a while, you'll definitely get to know these songs. So, yeah, we'll talk about replayability, or actually the value in the game, and I'll tell you, this game will take you hours to complete, and when I say complete, I mean fully complete, finish the game 100%, just because there's so much stuff to capture throughout each world. You know, you have your music notes to get throughout the world, you have some worlds have these little skulls, you have jiggies to collect. Jiggies are basically the jigsaw puzzle pieces that you use to enter each world. There's just a lot of stuff to collect throughout the game, and if you're into that, you know, then you're really gonna enjoy it. I know some people despise this game because of the fact that you gotta collect so much, but you know, it adds a lot of legs to the game. I mean, there's just so much that you have to get in order to see, you know, that 100% at the end of the game. So if you want to get 100% in this game, you definitely have to put a lot of hours into it, and personally, I think that's awesome. So that's basically my review. Just to wrap it up, Banjo Kazooie is just a straight port, like I said, from the Nintendo 64 cartridge, and you know, it looks so much better. It still adds that feeling of nostalgia, and you're just gonna love the fact that, you know, you can play this 1998 game now in 2008, 10 years later, and it just, you know, you're still gonna have the same amount of fun with it. So definitely, if you pick this game up, I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. The fact of the matter is that, you know, Banjo is definitely a platformer, the platformer to play, and if you enjoy that genre, then you definitely need to get this. Regardless if you have the Nintendo 64 version, you know, definitely give this one a try, just because it looks so much better, and it's just going to bring you back, and it has achievements. So my final score, I'm going for a 9.0 on this one, and that's it.